Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Rahmat-i-Alam by SYED Sulaiman Nadvi. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Mercy for the universe. Translated by A.Rauf Luther. Chapter 15. Migration. Medina and Ansar. Muslims had a peaceful dwelling in Yathrib, so the Prophet permitted the other Muslims to migrate to that city. By and by, the Muslims of Makkah migrated to Yathrib till in the end the Prophet himself wished to move to that city. The Quraysh got the wind of it and consulted each other. They decided to kill the Prophet. For this purpose, one person from each tribe was taken, and all of them were asked to attack the Prophet while he was asleep. God informed him of the planning of the Quraysh. The Makkans were deadly against the religion of the Prophet, but they relied upon as trustworthy and true. He had with him the trust of many persons and families. He handed over the whole trust to Hazrat Ali to give back to the owners of it and asked him to sleep on his bed during that night. After paying back the trust, he should join them at Yathrib. Hazrat Ali obeyed him and reclined on the bed of the Prophet. The Quraysh had besieged the house till morning. They were surprised to know that it was Ali bin Abi Talib on the bed of the Prophet. The Holy Prophet and Hazrat Abu Bakr had consulted each other beforehand on this migration. Both of them went out of their houses and hid themselves in a cave known as Seerah. Next morning, the infidels began their search for them, and in their attempts they reached near the mouth of the Seerah cave. Hazrat Abu Bakr was frightened and said, "O ye, the Prophet of God, the enemies are so near that if they look towards their feet, we shall be visible to them." But the Prophet was content as usual. He said, "Don't be frightened, God is with us." The Prophet and Hazrat Abu Bakr remained in that cave for 3 days. On the third day, Hazrat Abu Bakr's son named Abdullah came there at night time and told them about the planning of the Makkans. After the passage of some night time, Hazrat Abu Bakr's slave used to drive goats to that place and they drank their milk. On the fourth day, they came out of the cave and took to their journey for a day. The next day, they had rest at the foot of a hill. A shepherd was grazing his flock. Abu Bakr took some milk from him and brought it to the Prophet, who drank it. They marched ahead. In the meantime, the Quraysh had publicized that who arrested Muhammad, peace be upon him, or Abu Bakr, he would be rewarded with 100 camels. Saraka bin Josham, a handsome soldier, hearing this reward, put on his weapons and rode on his horse. He reached near the hillock only when the Prophet and Hazrat Abu Bakr had just left that place. He saw them going. He wanted to spur the horse and reach them, but the horse tumbled down. He took out the arrows for augury and according to their custom sought answer for good and bad result. In negative was the answer. Again he spurred the horse, and now it went knee-deep into the ground. Then he was frightened and thought that was a different matter altogether. He requested the Prophet, "Bless me with shelter and peace." "Yes," was the response by the merciful. Medina. Medina in Arabic means a city. Yathrib was known as Madinatun Nabi. The coming of the Prophet to that city, now it is known as Medina. The Madinatis had come to know of the arrival of the Prophet, and every individual was waiting for him. The children were happy in the streets, shouting, "Our Prophet is coming." Small girls on housetops were singing sweet songs. The youth of Medina were fully armed and had come out of Medina to receive the Prophet. All of them had been waiting for long. One day when they had just returned home, a Jew saw a small caravan and shouted, "Oh, ye Prophet, he is coming for whom you had been waiting for so long." Hearing these words, the whole town echoed with "God is great." The Muslims came out of their houses and were fully armed. It was the 8th Rabiul Awwal and 13th year of the prophethood. If you like the video, then please share and subscribe the channel now. Press the bell icon and click on all. Thank you. Jazakumullahu khairan kaseera.